I took this as an example only because it was quite a comprehensive project agenda. And although the finance is touched on in a number of places, I guarantee you what will happen is the focus is on cost. What have we spent to date? How much is it left to spend? Maybe some earned value analysis. How many times have you realistically had a project sponsor come back to you in a project update and say, I've done a comprehensive review of the changes in the market or the changes in the business strategy and the business case still holds up? I don't think it happens. You might get to the last one down here, other business issues tabled. And there'll be a question, okay, is the business case still valid? And the project sponsor will probably go, yes, great, brilliant, we're going to make loads of money, don't worry about it. Are we done now? I've got to go, next meeting in 2 minutes. I suspect that's more the reality. So, assuming we have a problem, whose responsibility is it? And again, Prince will tell you sponsor owns the business case. Scrum, product owner, is responsible for the profitability. MSP, the SRO, owns the business case. Now this is all true and all perfectly valid. However, I do have a problem with this. Turkeys do not vote for Christmas. Now if there are any project sponsors in the audience, I am not calling you a turkey. My point is, it's bloody hard to get a project off the ground. You have to go through investment committees, you've got to get past assessments, you've got to compete for funding. And so for a project to get started, somebody's put a lot of political capital into that. And the chances are that's your project sponsor. So it's going to be very difficult for him, having poached the money, to now turn gamekeeper to that money. They're going to be susceptible to every form of cognitive bias out there. Optimism, first number anchoring. They're going to protect that business case. Asking them to challenge whether the brilliant plan that they had, that they've put so much blood, sweat and tears in, is now no longer valid because circumstances have changed. It's a tall ask for somebody to have the self-discipline, the self-confidence and the self-awareness to challenge themselves like that. As an aside, it's one of the key reasons why benefits realization is so hard. You're trying to get people to mark their own homework quite often. And it's a key reason why projects that should often don't get cancelled. Sort of related fact, this is from Jenica, a survey done of 600 people involved in software development. And their conclusion, a stunning 78% of respondents believe that the business is always out of sync or usually out of sync with project requirements. You get that disconnect. They came up with a plan. It might have been a year ago, it might have been 2 years ago, but life has moved on and there's a disconnect. Again, our point is, whether you believe the statistics or not, we all know 86.2% of statistics are made up on the spot. The theme is there. You cannot rely on the business to police itself. Those of you who were at this show before maybe have heard another Acando talk given by a colleague of mine, my boss actually, which proposed a governance board to address some of these issues. And the idea of a governance board is, it's small, it's senior, and it's got no project stakeholders on it. And this group has the remit and the authority to be able to can any project they believe is not adding value to the business. If you've not read the article before, I commend it to you. You'll find it on Acando's website. It's got the title of Only in Fairy Tales Are Emperors Told That They Are Naked. Be careful of searching that on Google. If you're at work, you might not be impressed with some of the results you get back. Now, I've no problem with this. It's a good plan. It's a fantastic plan. Obviously, it's my boss, but the problem is, it doesn't always happen. In fact, it rarely happens. There are very few organizations who have been able or willing to put this into place. Which means we have to come back to our super project manager.